All right, so we've got some weapons in our arsenal now, and we want to solve this equation for our get started on 3.4. So it doesn't tell us how, it just says solve it. So we have to look at it and decide for ourselves whether we're going to factor it or whether we're going to solve it by completing the square. So I would need to find a number that multiplies to -2 and adds to -2. And it's pretty easy to see by looking at the numbers or the factors of -2 that that's not going to happen. So we know that it doesn't factor, at least not using whole numbers. That means we're left with completing the square. So we will complete the square by taking a 2 and moving it over and making it a positive and going on from there. We end up with x squared minus 2x equals 2. We're going to have to take this and divide it in half. -2 divided by 2 is -1. We're going to square it to put it into the equation again to find out what that final term would be for our perfect square. And -1 squared is just going to be 1. So we're going to rewrite this as x squared minus 2x plus 1. That would give us a perfect square of x minus 1 squared, like that. -1 and -1 in the middle, that's -2. -1 times -1 gives us +1. But when we added the 1 here, we have to also add the 1 here. So then this whole thing is going to equal 3. Have to square it to get rid of, we have to take the square root to get rid of the square. So I would have x minus 1 equals root 3, and then I would need to move the -1 over as a +1, so I would have x equals 1 plus or minus root 3. So my solution then would either be 1 plus root 3 or 1 minus root 3. And if I was going to actually type that in and get a decimal, then I would lose accuracy. So when we're looking to solve things exactly, then we leave the imperfect roots where they are.